Hello, everybody. We are back for another week of handling business and keeping each other motivated to bring our dreams into the world of reality. I am India Celeste, and keeping with our theme by Journey of Don't Stop Believing, today we are going to just have some fun and focus on believing in magic. If you are going to be a streetlight person, you have to keep yourself inspired above everything else. And most importantly, you have to be committed to the concept that great things are happening everywhere, every day. Any moment, it could be your turn. And instead of just sitting on the sideline and watching great things happen, you could be the one to go out and create them. I live to believe in magic. When I think of magic, I think of all the wonderful, great things that happen in the world that makes life exciting and causes us to be aware of strengths and powers that we didn't realize that we have. I think that magic lies in so many different things, from science to nature. I think it lies in our spirits, and I think it lies in the people that are around us. We all have things that contain magical energy that influences our lives, from the things that we do to the people we're around, where we live, and even the things that we own. This week, I want to share with you guys some of the things that I personally consider to be magical for me, and hope that you guys will reflect on your own lives and be motivated to think of the things that keep you believing in possibility. So, as you can see, today I am representing my favorite sports team. Anyone who knows me personally knows that I take anything related to Tom Brady very seriously, or even to the New England Patriots. Exhibits A through D. Tom Brady. Tom Brady. A little more of Tom Brady. And yeah, Tom Brady. Football, to me, and other sports teams, which I'm sure some of you guys can relate, you're sports fans. Teams to me are magical because they exemplify that no one can achieve great success by themselves. Even people in the spotlight, or people who are superstars, have people, one or more people behind them, helping them to be inspired, be motivated, to work hard, and to be at their best. There's no such thing as a self-made man or woman, no matter how much that phrase is applied to someone or thrown around. The magical thing about teams is that it takes the gelling together of different individuals to be on top of their game in order to make the whole group achieve its goal. And even more cool is that teams require leaders. And often it's the leaders who end up shouldering the most burden of the pressure to be successful. Sometimes you'll find yourself the leader of the group without even trying. Maybe you're one of those people who isn't afraid to speak up and say what needs to be said, or to initiate the changes that need to be made in order to get things done, because God knows nobody else is going to do it. So, sometimes you might resent the fact that people, I guess, rely on you way too much, but you continue to be the rock anyway. That's the reason that I really think people like Tom Brady and Drew Brees are magical, because when they came into the NFL, no one really expected them to be as dominant as they have become. A lot of teams were not willing to take chances on them, and not only did they work hard and rise to the occasion, but they're able to convince the people around them to perform at their top level. Sometimes that's how you need to be for yourself, especially if you're trying to break into something new that you don't have history in, or you have a job that you have to prove yourself, Or maybe you want to get into a new relationship with a person who doesn't know much about you. Well, the truth of the matter is, people will underestimate you and expect you to lose. People will make fun of you. People will overlook your achievements. And people won't look deep enough into what you have to offer. But the thrilling thing is that you can be bigger than they think, and you can do better than they anticipate. Patriot Nation has a saying, "In Brady we trust." And that's because at the end of the game, or like near the end of the game is on the line, we don't count out Tom Brady and company until the clock is absolutely stopped and we've absolutely lost the game. Because a lot of times we get that comeback win that we're looking for. So sometimes you have to replace Brady with your name and rely on yourself and have confidence in yourself above everyone else's opinion. I, for one, have no problem saying "in India I trust," because there have been plenty of times that I knew I was right about something and I went with what someone else wanted and I ended up regretting it later. But that only applies if you've done your homework and you're not blind yourself. And this leads me to sharing something else that was magical for me: my personal vision and mission statement. I wrote this back in April because I read that a lot of successful people and companies have one. And it was a magical experience for me because it helped me to define what I consider to be success and what is it that I really want to do with my life. Writing, entertainment, and contributing to society are very important things to me, and centering myself around those things and my budding career around those things are what makes me feel that I'm doing something significant and that my time isn't wasted. Whenever something feels like it's way too much up in the air and, or I'm feeling like I'm being pulled in too many different directions, I know that when I reread this, if that stuff's not lining up with this, then it's not something I need to waste my energy or my time stressing over. And this really gives me a lot of strength when sometimes I feel like I'm not doing enough or I'm not where I want to be. Sometimes I'm right on track. So I strongly suggest that everyone take the time to read up on personal mission and vision statements and write one for yourself, because I think once you know what you really want, that's the only time that you're able to actually work for it and get it. And I think that you'll feel so much more powerful once you define your own idea of purpose for yourself. Something else that's magical to me is the color red. I know a lot of people despise the color red and they associate it with evil and all these other things, but to me, it's been my favorite color for years. I'll take red however I can get it. Red scarves, red shoes, red trench coat, red lipstick, red pens, red shirt. It just doesn't matter. Red in my hair. As long as it's red, I'll take it. I associate red with passion and power and fearlessness and courage, like in the flag. And when I think of red or I'm around red, I am more bold and just a lot more confident. And I think that if you consider that some colors just do bring energy, you'll probably think about the ones that you gravitate towards the most. I also like yellow and gray. But some people love black because black helps them to either blend in and not bring attention to themselves, or they associate black with professionalism. Some people prefer blue because blue in most industries is considered to be trustworthy and stable. Or some people like green because green is earthy and a sign of good luck and peace. But whatever it is, I'm pretty sure you have a favorite color, and if you don't, you're probably lying or just haven't thought about it. But if you do think about it, I'm pretty sure that you will realize that there's some magical energy in it. The other things that I find to be magical and inspiring, I did mention writing and entertainment. So naturally, movies and books, fashion, and music are at the top of my list. I think it's really cool that some people can hear a sound in their head and then make the sound in real life. I think it's awesome that people can create something wearable out of little teeny tiny fibers put together to make yarns and threads, and then those threads and yarns are turned into fabric. How hot is that? I also think it's really cool that a lot of things that don't exist now will exist in the future, and some of the things that we have now didn't exist in the past, all because someone thought of something and used something that already existed that didn't exist before to manifest whatever it is that we have. Like this hat didn't exist once upon a time. Neither did this shirt, neither did I. So that's awesomeness. Even cooler is that our brains have the capacity to communicate and exchange ideas and information, which is why I really love books. I love books because if there's something you want to do that you don't know how to do, usually someone wrote a book about it who's done it before. And if there isn't a book on something that you want to do that you've done, guess what? You can write it. I know, I've done it from experience, I just haven't published it yet, so stay tuned. Another awesome thing about books, usually there's a book about somebody who had some sort of problem that you have, who solved the problem, or is great for the problem, or whatever the case may be. So you can always find a book on how to solve your own problems if you don't know. Next up, movies. I think movies are the most supreme art form out there because it's the perfect blend of visuals, music, fashion, people, words, all wrapped together to have the perfect conversation with our conscience. I mean, who can get bored watching really good movies? Movies are classic. And the best thing about movies is the fact that the really good ones we consider to hold as truth because guess what? You just can't forget about them. The movie Field of Dreams is one of my favorite movies and has stayed with me pretty much my whole life. And it was super cool when I actually got to go to Iowa years later and see that it really is a whole lot of corn stalks and their industry. But yeah, that was cool. Anyway, the point of the movie, for those of you who haven't seen it, is that if you keep believing yourself and trust your instincts and perform the actions that you're being told by the universe or you or whatever, the right help and the right people will come. And I truly believe that because it's happened to me before. Anywho, I have several fields of dreams, much like you probably do. Writing is definitely one of my field of dreams. This is one of my scripts, which is not yet a movie, but it someday will be. I also have a book written and another movie written and several journals. So that's something that I believe in and will continue to pursue. Another field of dreams is I believe in true love. I'm not in a relationship, but I'm also not in a bad one. And another field of dreams is traveling the world and relating to lots of different people who are not like me, but still have a lot of things in common. So I strongly encourage you guys to think about what it is you want to accomplish in your life, what you consider to be magical, and what is your personal field of dreams. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to humor me and listen to me talk about all this magic in a world that sometimes seems like it has none. The point of all of this is you can't take life too seriously. And it's up to us to see beyond everything that is happening to us. It's up to us to create the value in the things that we choose and the blessings that we have. Bad things are happening, but they're not the only things happening. Happiness and magic and miracles and love are all things that are subject to your point of view. So make sure that you're always looking up. And for the record, magic is everywhere. Just had to say it like that because it's hot. Anyway, it is. It's everywhere. Believe in it. No matter what, don't stop believing. And I will see you guys next time.